Hey everyone, Educator Adam here with another Expedition OSCP. Today we are focusing on the Osprey Loop, which is actually one of the beginning trails of the park. You get here by walking by the Stony Landing House, which is very exciting. Now, whenever you walk on this trail, make sure you follow the do's and the don'ts of our trail system, so that way you have a fun and enjoyable experience. So the Osprey Loop starts out with a scenic overlook looking at the Tail Race Canal. Now, the canal you'll see directly across is called Wadboo Creek. And then you'll also see our Cooper River dock, which we allow fishing on that dock. So Wadboo Creek and our swamp over here, called Biggin Creek, were the headwaters of the Cooper River before the tail race was built in the 1940s. So this water you see here was always here. So on the Osprey Loop, you're going to come onto this observation point. This observation point is the back of the interpretive center and is really a great place to see alligators and dragonflies and different wading birds. So keep your eyes peeled, you never know what you're gonna see. The Osprey Loop is a great opportunity to see turtles, such as this yellow-bellied slider, basking in the sun, warming itself, because remember, they're reptiles, they're cold-blooded, so in order for them to heat up, they must get their energy from the sun. So he's stretched all the way out, that way he can maximize his sun exposure. The Osprey Loop gets its name because of an osprey nest. You'll see in this large cypress tree behind me, they actually build a osprey nest in it every year. So it's pretty fascinating that on the Osprey Loop that you can come out and see the ospreys in the spring building their nest and then raising their chicks to fledglings. So this is why the Osprey Loop is called the Osprey Loop. Now these guys are called fish hawks because they will eat lots of fish, and you'll see them fishing in the swamp here. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of like this giant gumball underneath the water. You can see there? We get a lot of questions about those. Those are bryozoans. They're single-celled organisms that form a colony, and they form usually around a branch or a twig. And so that actually is a bunch of single-celled organisms working together in a colony called bryozoans. On the Osprey Loop, you can access the back of the interpretive center by walking up these stairs. So keep your eyes peeled on the Osprey Loop for alligators, because this is a great place to see alligators. This is just a small alligator. You can tell because it still has the stripes, which is its camouflage pattern to blend in with the different grasses in a wetland, such as our giant cutgrass. So as you're exploring the Osprey Loop, you'll come upon this beautiful flower right here. This is called pickerel weed, named after the fish, the pickerel. It grows in shallow water, and it produces these purple flowers. This is a great place to see butterflies and other pollinators, and possibly even a hummingbird. So our canoe docks are actually located on the Osprey Loop. We do canoe rentals. It's $5 per half hour per boat. So, and most boats can fit 2 or 3 people. This is a great way to see Biggin Creek and explore the old Santee Canal. One of the really exciting plants that you can find on the Osprey Loop is false indigo. Now, false indigo looks pretty similar to regular indigo, which was used for that fancy blue dye, but this will not produce that same blue dye. A great thing to keep your eye out for on the Osprey Loop are snakes. Now we have lots of water snakes here at the park. Now this one just happens to be a banded water snake because you can see kind of the bands on his tail right there. Now this is a non-venomous water snake. Now all water snakes look very similar to its venomous cousin, the cottonmouth. You can tell the difference because a cottonmouth has a bright white stripe around the edge of their mouth that always looks like they're smiling. But keep a close eye for these guys. So the Osprey Loop ends with two choices. You either can go back towards the alligator loop, or you can head back to the interpretive center and parking lot. Just remember, there are stairs that way, so it's not really wheelchair or stroller friendly. With that being said, thank you for joining me for another Expedition OSCP. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you either out in the park or next Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.